welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Corey Pratt.
I am Chris Ruck.
This is Craving Cars.
That's right. Live in studio.
Live in studio. We are at the Auto Beauty Center studio
Yes.
for today's show. So thank you, Auto Beauty Center studio.
Yep, and we'll go more into that in a little bit. But
absolutely. First, hi.
Hi. It's been a,
How are you?
It's been a while.
You know what?
What I just noticed, we need more things on the screen that say Craving Cars.
We're working. Hold on, I can bring up a picture on my phone. Let's do something. We are really doing our best. We are kind of still between studios a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. To be on here every week for everybody because that's what we want to do. We love that kind of stuff. And,
That's right.
And we're Craving Cars, and we want to keep craving with everybody.
Love it.
So unfortunately, we did have a couple weeks that were gone, but we'll talk about that.
Yep.
1 week you were out, then the next week I'm gone.
Yep.
And then here we are. So we had a couple weeks that we were out kind of naturally anyways.
Yeah.
And then we're back, of course, in studio today.
Yeah. Just in time for something amazing.
Just in time for something extremely
That's right.
Amazing. That was my first time to experience last year. Your 85th time or something. I don't know. You're kind of old. And then today, this year we get to experience again together, and I'm very excited about that. But we're going to get into that in a little later. But
That's
first,
right.
we want to give a little shout out to the ones who help make
That's
the show
right.
possible, which is the sponsors that we are proudly sponsored by.
You kick them off. I'll go.
All right, we've got the Flying H drag strip,
That's
the brand
right.
new drag strip to Kansas City, Missouri area.
I-70
Here we are, the
Speedway.
I-70 Speedway out there, Odessa.
Sunday.
Come Sunday. Come, Spatula City. I mean,
That's
Flying
right.
H drag strip.
And
How
of
was
course,
that was my radio voice.
that
Was
was
that
well.
good? Did you like that?
That was kind of sad. We'll ask our guests how they thought about it, but I thought it was okay.
I'm sure it was probably the best they've ever heard in an advertisement
Probably.
way. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm just guessing.
And then
But
We Are Warriors, Jason, doing a great job. He was supposed to come out
We Are Warriors.
to the event for us this weekend, but he's busy doing.
Oh no, that's right. We talked about it last year.
Yeah, he's doing Slammed Enough in.
That's right. In a city that we're not in.
Galveston, Gatlin.
You can say whatever city it is. I
Gatlinburg,
know I don't know
whatever.
What city it's in. I know
There
it's
you
not
go.
Branson.
It's
I know
not Kansas City for sure.
And it's not Branson.
That's right.
I know that part.
That's right.
So-
But
so-
he's come out with amazing products. Go check him out. He just came out with a new hat line, which
course
is
he did.
crazy good. So We Are Warriors. Jason, go check him out. WeAreWarriorsApparel.com. And then a good friend.
We got Uncorked Wine and Spirits. Now, I know this isn't like a national chain thing, but you know what? Who cares? Because this is even better because you have people who truly
Know their stuff.
know their stuff. Hold on. Why are you giving me a smooth, streaming, maintain error here? Why are you doing that to me here? Let's not worry about that. I think we're okay. Either way, Uncorked Wine and Spirits, they truly know their stuff.
Yep. Concierge
talk-
of wine and liquor.
Total, they've got like 30 some odd years of experience between the guys who truly run this place.
Yeah.
You can tell them your size of your shoe and the color of your underwear, and they'll tell you what you want to drink. I'm just saying. They're just saying. So Uncorked Wine and Spirits, check them out. And we have Rich Lion Motorsports.
They just opened up a new location, O'Fallon, Illinois. So they're in Kansas City, Independence.
Yep.
And then they have St. Louis. And then they have on the Illinois side of St. Louis, O'Fallon, Illinois. Amazing complex that are getting ready to open. So big shout out to them. Doing a great job. JD and all them. Love them.
Man, yeah, expanding like crazy. I guess they couldn't find enough buildings to buy here, so they had to go somewhere else.
You know what's funny is he is looking at that backyard barbecue right down the street to open it up for something else. So I don't know.
Oh, and we have timely delivery service.
Big Tim.
Big Tim, you guys know Tim.
Yeah.
He makes a heck of a presence.
Yes, he
at
does.
our shows here around Kansas City. He's got his
Hopefully he
lovely
comes out
Chiefs-
this weekend.
These guys love his Chiefs truck, and guess what? We were going to have him on a while back. We kept running into so many scheduling problems with having him on the show. So I have a video that I'll release this weekend that has his BMW in it, and kind of a little bit of video of him revealing. He's got a wrap on there. I know a lot of you guys. Once you see it, you'll know what we're talking about. You've seen the wrap. You've seen it, but we got a video. We'll reveal what his like look and how he reacted when he first saw it.
Oh, that's awesome.
When it got released.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that live here this weekend here.
Yep.
And of course,
And he helps us with all of our shirts and apparel.
Absolutely. So if you guys have gotten a shirt from us recently,
Freestyle Graphics.
with Keep Craving on there, we got a little team up with Timely Delivery Service and Freestyle Graphics.
That's
out of
right.
Summit, Missouri. that helped to give us some shirts so we can give them to you.
There you go. Come out this weekend and join us. We'll talk more about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a lot to talk about.
We'll talk more.
Let's hurry up. And then, of course, where we are today, our brand new sponsor, Brett, gave us the opportunity to use Auto Beauty Center here in Independence.
Yep.
Gave us a chance to use it as a studio, and that's what we're doing tonight. So great to be here. They gave us great internet access, great everything. So,
well, we'll hopefully.
Wait a minute, did I not? I need some wood.
Don't emphasize the great yets, but internet access in line.
There you go.
But Auto Beauty Center, you can find them on Facebook and their website, Auto Beauty Center.
Yep. Everything from what?
They're located in Independence, Missouri. So
collision repair, detailing.
Collision, detail, mechanic.
There you go.
Mechanical. I mean, it's kind of like a one-stop shop for your car stuff. So, I mean, kind of, to take care of stuff. Matter of fact, they handle all kinds of stuff. They dropped off today a 1970 Oldsmobile 442 that unfortunately got in a wreck, but they're here to make it better.
There you go.
They're here to make it better. It made me hurt seeing that car. So I was like, I love those cars so much.
Yeah, and they're so rare to find.
That's right. Yep. And it was an awesome baby blue color. Now, that's that. Thank you very much for helping to make this show happen, really.
That's right.
So thank you to the sponsors.
Yep, we're excited. We're back.
We're always excited.
We're back. Hopefully we're going to be consistent, short of, family emergencies, but.
We go to town. We have family stuff.
Yeah.
We have some things in mind that we're going to try to do next time we do out of town stuff, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, I think our questions
it's slowing down a little bit. I don't know if we're going out of town much the rest of this year.
I think this might fall into what we talked about, right? Is it better to do once a month show that's consistent versus a every week show that's broken down and sporadic just because of, we all have families and everything? Is it better that way? So put it in chat. What are your thoughts? If just a legit once a month show.
I will be honest. There's a lot of people that miss it when we're not here.
I know. I miss us when we're not here.
Yeah, well,
I miss you.
Then we just,
I do.
Then guess what? We just shoot for the every week.
There you go.
We keep that up and going and go from there. Even as the car season kind of slows down, then at that point when we hit winter, we'll probably only do a one a month like we did last year.
Yep.
We did that last year.
Yep.
It worked out pretty good. So
unless people want to fly us to the Bahamas.
Picks it back up, and then we're there.
We're happy to do car shows in Florida, the Bahamas,
Southern California.
We'll travel.
So just send us the airfare and the hotel reservations, and we'll get that all situated.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Now, we did. Actually, speaking of which, when we were out of town, we did have a couple things. You want to go over that right now, or you want to?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go into it now. Before we bring on the guests, let's go into
let's do
it.
that. Oh my goodness gracious! Did I not mention that we had guests today? Holy crap!
Yeah, we
Although
did.
if they saw the flyer and the
they probably know, but maybe they don't know because
maybe they don't know. We have some really
we kind of hinted to it, but
awesomely guests that basically when we bring them on, we'll just leave and let them take care of it.
That's right. They'll run the show. We'll turn it over.
But we have a couple events, and we'll have some videos for the people.
Yep.
Of these events. Yours is a little bit more special, so I'll go first. I went to another Overland event in Oklahoma. Weather was great, by the way.
And overlanding, for the audience that doesn't know, is
overlanding. So you're talking like you're off-roading, traveling, camping, outdoorsy.
Yeah.
So
not a mud crawler, something you would go.
Not rock crawling and mudding and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is people that their rig is capable, but they also need to travel across many roads and stuff. So it's like it's a street driven type of vehicle, but that also goes over. So a lot of people who rig up their Jeeps and Broncos and trucks and 4Runners and all that kind of stuff. And what they do is they got a point A to B to go to, like a road trip. Only most of the time it's not on a paved road. And then they just kind of, as nights goes, they camp out each night, move along, and they go to the next place, move along, and go to the next place, move along.
And I'm sure our guests can talk to that. I mean, they do a lot of traveling and overlanding, so we'll ask them.
Yeah. So Overland of America is what it was called. It was the first event of their kind. It was out of Jay, Oklahoma, at the Mid-America. It's a place where they do a lot of like cool like buggy racing and all that kind of stuff. They had Overland. So it wasn't a huge show. But that actually what made it nice because the last few I've been to have been pretty good sized shows. So it's like trying to get to everything and see everything.
It's like any car show. It's like seeing everything.
It was nice to kind of see it. But it was their first one, and I can already tell now they already have it booked for next year.
There you go.
They already have a date for it, so I can only imagine it's going to grow from there. But it was a great time. Well, we'll have a little video. I stopped at a lot of like vendors. Got a lot of cool behind the scenes and some awesome like overlanding rigs, some trailers, and products and stuff like that we'll throw out there. So
that's cool.
It's the Craving Cars Overland segment of the channel. So
there you go.
If you don't like overlanding or you don't give a crap about that, then guess what? Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, or you can come to one of our rigs and roasts that we do.
That's right.
That's an overlanding thing, which is
it's
cars and coffee for overlanding vehicles.
For off-road, off-road vehicles, basically 4x4 and off-road type of vehicles.
We just give you a bucket of mud and a shovel.
Which, speaking of which, we're overdue. We don't have one booked because I was out of town a lot in August, and we had a lot of things going on in September, and then October is kind of a busy one. But we need to still get one registered or booked up before winter really hits in. So we'll try to get another rigs and roast going here for everybody.
There you go. And then I was out of town for a reenactment, World War II reenacting, in case you didn't know that's what I do for veterans and everything. It was great. They had
Nobody knows that.
5 surviving World War II veterans that were there, which was amazing.
Wow.
Just to be able to talk to them, which is great, really. I mean,
How old were they?
102 was the oldest, and it was probably 95 or greater for the rest.
It ain't gonna be long. I mean, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So the fact that you had 5 surviving World War II veterans is pretty amazing.
It was big. We had a great time. I mean, we were at the tail of the hurricane, so it was pouring down rain. We arrived Friday. We stayed till Sunday. It was just pouring down rain. And when you're think of camping, right? And you got to set up the tent, do all that in the rain, and it's pouring, everything's soaking wet. It sucks.
Yes, I don't think a lot of people here realize when you do the World War II reenactment stuff, it's not okay. Let's wake up from our hotel and let's go ahead and get in our dress and go out there.
No, it's period.
The
correct.
whole time that you're there, you're basically acting as if you are there.
That's right.
So whatever they slept on, you sleep on. Whatever they camped in, you camped in.
That's right.
Whatever they ate, in essence, you
pretty
guys
much.
were
Yeah.
eating. You were cooking. You're cooking food with the same type of things that they were cooking food with.
We had this shitty chef that cooked stew in a pot. I mean, that's what we had. So,
and when you say pot, we're talking like something for that'll easily feed 50 people without a problem.
Easily,
and then you got leftovers still, and it's just like slop.
Yeah. So a lot of things changed, but it was great. A lot of great, and why we bring it up on the show is because there's a lot of great vehicles that are there, right? So
a lot of cool stuff came out.
Yeah, they had a Stewart tank, they had a Sherman tank, they had a couple Brennans, which are like armored personnel carriers that the British drove.
Can you tell me a little more about the tanks? Can you say like size?
I'd say anything American up to the Sherman is kind of a medium-sized tank. That's what they rank up. That light tank, it would be the Stewart, and then the Sherman would be more the medium. They didn't really have heavy tanks until...
That's more Russia.
Yeah, I mean, it was really... The Germans were really big into heavy tanks, right? But so very armor-proof, large guns, but very slow. The Americans were we need to get off a beach, right? And we need to invade. So they weren't bringing heavy tank. It would just sink into the dirt. I mean, into the sand.
I gotcha.
And they couldn't move. So they had to be able to get off real quick on small landing crafts or ships, and then get up real quick, right? Decent guns, but unfortunately, you can't go up against that kind of artillery.
So those guys were handling the more light armored vehicles.
Light, medium for sure.
The other vehicles and just soldiers in general and all that stuff.
Right.
Crowd
That's right.
Control and stuff.
Yeah, it was great. You know what? What's funny, not funny about it, but what's nice about it is the whole town transformed. So think of a small town that maybe you live by that had 3,000 people, right? And it was kind of a ideal setting if you think about a small town where you got a main street, everything's kind of cobblestone, small shops, that kind of a thing. They transformed the whole thing into that kind of 1940. Every shop changes. They all put up their stuff. The whole town comes out all dressed up. It's a really good time. So we did that, and we're excited. They came back this year after taking a 4-year break. So we did that this weekend. And it's great. I mean, it was one of my favorite events before they quit for a while, and then COVID shut it down. But then now they're back, so happy to go back next year.
So we have a request. My mic apparently is much quieter than yours.
Of course, that's what I keep saying.
Turn my mic up just a little bit.
That's what I keep saying. You're always quieter than me.
You know what? You hush it.
No.
Then you would be quiet. It'd be the best Chris we've ever known. The one that doesn't
There you go. All right, I think I got you now.
All right, okay. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, for everybody.
All right.
So that's awesome. That yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I wish I could have been there for that one.
You would have had fun.
Because I really do like kind of seeing all that World War II stuff. You know, the Jeeps, the vehicles, the light armor stuff. I mean, I did go to one with you last year.
Yep.
And that was a lot of fun.
More tactical.
And there wasn't a whole lot of vehicles there, but there was the ones that there. You know, there was still a lot of the Jeeps and the Willys. And whatever, you know,
good things to run around
very
on.
Cool. They were very cool. And I got to ride in one while on the field.
There you go.
And that was amazing.
There you go. Yeah.
While they were shooting.
It's a great time. And you know what? It's really what it's about, just preserving history. So.
That's right. Now, there were a couple of events that you attended the week.
Week prior, you know, we did Richline's Fall Fun Fest, and then we did, and when I say we, Craving Cars attended. Then we did Chicane's Open House. We did that as well. So, you know, not much to talk about. They always do a great job. It is what it is.
Good job. A lot of people show up for Chicane. Because
you know what?
Last year they had to do a reschedule thing.
Oh my gosh!
Because the weather was terrible.
Yeah.
And then by the time they rescheduled, it was cold as hell.
So think 2 years ago.
Yes.
Right, when it was just slam packed.
Yeah.
And then last year it was barely anybody.
Yep.
This year probably more packed, but not quite as much. But still a great turnout. Really was a great turnout. So.
And that's a great shop. If you guys don't know Chicane, I mean, let's do a little.
Chicane Motorsport. There you go.
Yeah, check them out. They're also on Facebook.
They focus a lot on European cars.
And of course their website, Chicane.
There you go.
Motorsports.
Yep.
Or is it Chicane Motorsport?
Sport.
No S on the end.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Let's get into it.
That. And of course,
you ready?
We already know the Richline. We just talked about them. So Richline Motorsport. There's all these motorsports around.
There you go.
What are we gonna do with everybody?
Well, you know what? You want to get into it?
I want to get into it. Right? Look here.
You know, I'm sick of talking to you. I want to hear from our guests.
Look here, Mister. All right. Before we get to that,
all right,
we got one thing that we're gonna go into this.
All right.
So we have an event coming up this weekend, and this is a big thing that we're going to be talking about, which is, we might as well just it's Waynestock.
That's
Everybody knows Waynestock. If they don't know, if this is coming up already, it's on our
You know what's surprising?
thumbnail, so.
Not a lot of people know about Waynestock, but I think we're helping change that.
I'm referring to everybody that's listening to us right now.
Because, they all do.
Because it all said it in the description
That's
and in the thumbnail and all that stuff. So we got Waynestock. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And we got some cool guests to kind of go into that. But last year, Waynestock was my first time last year. And you were saying, hey, it's like they got a big presence of, you know, movie kind of cars and things like that. And then we had this big conversation about, you know, man, what was our favorite? We named off so many, even a lot of them that weren't there. But we named out so many of them. And we started thinking, well, what was that one that really made the biggest change? Like that really went,
yeah.
You know, I almost don't care if this is a crappy movie. I'm going to watch it. Or show, whatever. I'm going to watch it because of that stupid car.
That's right.
And
it's probably what we grew up with in our age thing,
We talked about it, and I mentioned the Trans Am.
Yep. Smoking the Bandit.
Smoking the Bandit.
Yep.
And you had
Dukes of Hazzard,
which is
still a great car.
It's pretty awesome.
It's a pretty cool car.
It is. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
On the Mopar side, I think my favorite, and then you know you get now about.
Yeah. I think we're both agreed. We'll take either one.
We'll take either one.
That's right.
But we had to pick one.
That's
I
right.
picked the one, and we were gonna what's the most presents we're gonna get, and that was gonna win. Obviously, if you guys know the games that we play with, Chris and I always win. Obviously, I mean,
to be honest, I've gone there for the last 5 years. I know what shows up. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I gave it to you. I knew for a fact what was gonna show up. So,
but there was a huge presence of the Smoking the Bandit deal,
of course,
and one of them has to do with our guest coming up.
That's right.
And I think I think that was just as good.
Just bring them on.
Let's bring them on.
Throw them in there.
We've got Buford and we've got
Junior.
We've got Eastbound and Down. Everybody.
Hi, Daddy. Why, hello there, you moose twit. What are you doing? Hanging out in the other room? Too good to come into the office?
I'm in here.
Yeah, you're looking right at me, you moose twit.
Well, welcome to the show, you two.
Why, thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, it was awesome to have you guys be here. This is gotta be some of the more amazing things that I have seen that we've done so far, and not that we haven't done some cool shit.
Yeah.
But this is one of the cooler shits I've seen.
Yeah. You were so impressed
Oh my God.
Last year, just recording them driving down.
Oh, I couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah,
And that was just
you
like
were ear to
people,
ear.
People lined up for the picture, and then someone was like,
Yeah.
you're doing the video thing. You could probably just kind of go and say, no. Let people have their time, and then I had my time, and then I got some pictures. And
There you go.
it was a good time.
Well, welcome. But so you're going to be back this year, right? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Give us a little bit about the history. I mean, give us a little banter. There you go.
Well, it kind of started years ago when this son of mine decided he was going to go out and get married. Right? She's a dancer. Well, she was dancing down the aisle. Then she takes off in his car. Then we turn around and we're in high-speed pursuit of that floozy. Then she drops the car off. Some vandals try to steal the parts off of it. And then here comes the black Trans Am that pulls up and takes her away. But in all honesty, we kind of got together and started doing Smokey and the Bandit, probably close to almost 10 years ago. Tim Phillips plays the Bandit. He got to work with Burt Reynolds quite often,
Yeah,
so some of that kind of rubbed off on him.
That's very awesome.
He decided he needed a Buford to come out and do some shows with him, and I just happened to be there, and here I am. And then I became in high-speed pursuit of that sumbitch as he's driving through people's backyards, knocking down mailboxes, had a broad in the car. Well, then, here about 3 years ago, my young son, Junior, Jason Bobbitt, he got deputized and he joined us out on the road. There you go. I was waiting for you to show it off there, Junior.
He's got you covered. He's got it.
Junior's trying to figure out how to turn the camera and the microphone on.
Good idea.
Is he sideways on anybody else's screen? I'm kind of looking at him like.
Unfortunately,
he's got his crayons over there, so I think he's doing all right.
he's doing okay. He's doing okay. Oh, you got some wonderful background here. You got some really cool stuff behind you. There's your eastbound down over there. What all do you have behind you? You got some killer things back there.
Well,
You're smoking. There it is.
Right here, we've got the great one. Autographed photo of Jackie Gleason.
Oh man.
Mark Myers, who received the attention getter 17 times from Mr. Gleason. Right above that is Kay Barnett. He's the one that comes out with a snowman semi when the bandit pulls up. Hey, Uncle Bandit. All of these people here, they're great people to work with. We've even got Mr. Paul Williams over here. We got the late Ronnie Gay. He was the Georgia Trooper in the movie. We got to work with all these fine folks. So many of them. Just, we keep going out and we keep the memories alive.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's
Take people
awesome.
back to that simpler time.
Yeah. The 70s and 80s. I mean, that was when it was for me, for sure. So what else? So Buford and Junior. I mean, I get it. That is definitely what you do. But how did you even figure to get into doing this? What made you go down? Because I saw a picture of you the other day, back in the early days of you, and it's like there's no way that's the same guy.
There's no way. No way. But there is. So here, I'll come out of character right now. So I started in radio when I was 13 years old. So
Oh wow.
I caught the entertainment and acting bug at that time, and over the years, talent contest, being out doing live DJ events, then turns into theatrical, being on stage, just so much in the entertainment world, and I caught that acting bug and
Yeah.
started doing some different things throughout the years. I've always had a thing for movie cars and TV cars as well. So I'd had a Richard Petty Roadrunner. I've had the Dukes cars, the Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee, the Roscoe car, the Roadrunner, all these different things, and everything it left being mine and turned into somebody else's dream. And my wife and I, we were talking about it one night, and it was like, I've got to have another car. I need something, and we got a Trans Am. Excuse me, a black Trans Am. So then it progressed to, well, we've got the Trans Am. We need the Sheriff Lamont. So found one, and it became the Buford car. Then we added a Georgia Trooper car, and at the museum where the cars stay on display when we're not out on the road, we've got a Big and Little Enos Cadillac, and then we just recently added last year the chop top version of the Buford car.
And so that's new just from last year?
Yeah. So, they have both. They have one with the lights, the roof and lights.
So when I saw it last year,
that one up.
That's the first year.
That's the first year. That's amazing.
A hardtop car.
Okay.
Complete car, I should say.
Yeah.
And the first weekend in July, and 4 or 5 weeks later, it was at its very first event. And Jason Jr., holding my hat as we're making our grand appearance in the chop top, and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
But going back to getting into being Buford, it was the thing of having the cars and needed to go the next step. So Tim was doing the Bandit. He needed a Trans Am for a show in Joplin, Missouri, and he's out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. And
I didn't know that.
I brought the Trans Am up for him to use, seeing how the fun times that he was having, playing and tributing Bert's Bandit. And Tim and I got together for a few shows. Then we just had a blast doing all the shows. Jason, he joined us again like 3 years ago, and just having a blast, keeping the memories alive and playing true dedication to those characters. It's not just where you go out. Some people just they will throw on a uniform and mustache, goatee, long 70s sideburns and think they're Buford T. Justice. And nothing against that. It's keeping the memories alive as well, but it's going a different route. If you're going to do this, you do it the correct way and pay tribute to not just Buford T. Justice, but to Jackie Gleason.
Yeah,
absolutely.
At the time that I kind of joined in doing Buford, Dave Betts, a very good friend of ours and of Waynestock as well, he was doing Buford, and then he had some issues where he had to step out, and I kind of joined Tim to team up on the shows that he had going on. So Dave is just an amazing guy. Love seeing him at the shows, and last year he was there. Look forward to seeing him this year as well. But he done an amazing job as Buford T. Justice. So just kind of watching what he created off of being basically the first Buford T. Justice out in the tribute Smokey and the Bandit world, just kind of gave me more of a push to study him, study Jackie, and continue that legacy.
Yeah, that's funny. So, because you're right. I mean, looking at, and I think this even Corey can agree, when he first saw you and when I first met you, I was like, hands down, that is Jackie Gleason. I mean, there is no doubt. Did somebody come up to you and say, you look like Jackie Gleason, or you look like Buford? Did they come to you and say that, or did you kind of transform yourself into this world?
Yeah, transformed into it, because when I first started as Buford, I was wearing a fat pad. I was 130 pounds, and then up to 160, up to 180, and then up to Jackie's weight of 265. So I mean,
well, you know
I
what
don't
it
have to
is?
worry
It's all
about
that.
the
It's all
fat
that
bag
barbecue
anymore.
sauce. It's all that barbecue sauce you're selling. There you go. Right? What do you got?
Some of the
Buford's?
best in the world right here.
That's
There it
right.
is.
What is it? Where do you find that at? Buford's barbecue sauce.
Bandit and Buford or BufordandJunior.com. And we've got a huge truckload that just arrived, and it's available now.
From
And
Georgia?
we'll probably have a few cases with us this weekend at Waynestock.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
So you need to get on there and buy
It'll
that.
do you
That's
justice.
Buy
right.
that barbecue sauce.
And
you
all the other
some- You
merchandise.
some bitches, get that sauce.
That's right. Junior, you've been awful quiet, and I understand why, because, you know, your daddy will check you if you're not.
Yeah,
What's going on with you?
Dad's
How'd you
taking
get
your
into
glory.
this?
Complete opposite of Sean. Had no previous experience, had nothing to do with trying to be out in the open. Just wasn't my character. Shaved head, I'd rather just be off in the corner enjoying the show and just kind of being off on my own, I guess. I saw an advertisement, like a little promo of Buford, and then I saw him with Tim, and I thought I was a super fan of Smoking the Bandit. And then I saw these two guys dressed up as the characters from Smoking the Bandit, and I'm like, who in the heck does this?
Those guys.
Who
Yeah, that
dresses
guy.
up on the weekends as them? I'm like, that's ridiculous. So I wanted to meet him. It's kind of a stalker story type thing. Really don't want to go into
well,
too
let's
much
dig into
detail.
that. Let's dig into that.
I think Chris
Oh
meant me.
no! See, a lot of people want to know, but it's
Was the clothes on or the clothes
not a whole
off?
lot, dude.
How big was the zoom lens on the camera? Were the binoculars this big or only
I got
this
right
big?
up there. I got right up there, but that's about it. I got cold feet. No, he was dressed as Sean Bailey, but he had the pencil mustache. And I said, that's got to be the guy that plays Buford T. Justice. No one else in their right mind has a pencil mustache.
Nobody in the right
Unless
mind.
you're in France.
So, yeah, so talking to him for a few minutes, I was kind of hung around and kind of was stalkerish a little bit for a while. We made small talk, and it was awkward as what it was. And I think I even bought a few things from him at the time at that show. But long story short, we kind of kept in touch. He hit me up one evening and said, I got an idea. This was after there's a picture circulating out there that I just posted not too long ago of the very first picture of me and him together. And I have the shaved head. He is in town. My wife said, hey, let's get some pictures and then we're going to go ahead and head home. So I said, why don't you go and put your hand on Sean's hat like Junior did in the movie? And we all kind of laughed. I did it. We snapped a picture. And my wife said, well, hey, if you ever needed a Junior, there he is. We all laughed. No one thought anything of it, but evidently Sean did. So Sean hit me up and said, hey, I got an idea. And I said, what is it? And he said, I want you to be Junior. I said, there's no way. He said, come on, you just go to a couple shows, dress up, it'll be fun, it'll be fun. You'll have a great time. And I'm not the spotlight type of guy, at least I wasn't. Things change, obviously, and can't really say too much, but 4 years later, here I am.
You may not be from his loins.
Everybody knows every line from that movie.
He's gonna be like, remind me to get back to smack.
You
your
know what?
mother."
That's a good story because I think that's how we teamed up. I found you in the gutter, and you were looking for something, and I'm like, why don't you just come out and be the sidekick?
Yeah,
I think it's about the same story, right?
That's exactly how it
Yep,
didn't happen.
That's about how it is.
There you
I
go.
need somebody to verbally abuse in the car all day.
That's right. You know, there are introverts and extroverts, and I think me and Buford are extroverts. No.
L for love, man. L for love.
There you go. There you go.
No.
Well, you see how
That's not exactly how.
But always being a fan of the movie, it kind of helps.
Yeah, you know what? I think everybody in our age range, right? I think anybody from 40 to today's, 60-year-olds, they can relate to that time. And I think watching those old shows.
What? Nothing. I wasn't saying that you were 60 or nothing. No.
Was that what it was?
No.
We're doing
I
the
don't know what
radio.
you're talking about.
But I think everybody relates to those good time movies. I think they resonate. They last. Those would be movies. And you know what? Me and my wife talked about this the other day. The remake of a lot of movies, right? Instead of coming out making original stuff that's good, they want to remake all these things. Like they're coming out with the Goonies now and things like that, right?
They are not. Are they
Lord
really?
forbid they come out with a Smokey and a Bandit remake.
They better not, actually.
Yeah.
They better not.
I mean,
there's
those are
no
things that
reason for
it should just be hands off, right? It's
no
like
reason
you're
for
not going to remake The Godfather.
So, okay, there's certain movies I understand the remake because they couldn't exactly make the movie to their vision that they wanted it to because they didn't have the technology to do it. So then they remake a movie. It's got the special effects that they really wanted it and all kinds of stuff like that. But when it comes to just remaking a movie to remake a movie, just because, this was a popular movie, why don't we just go ahead and tag it Smokey and the Bandit 2025 and call it a day. We'll make some money on it. It's like, yeah, you might, but that's the wrong reason to do it.
Yeah. So I mean, this leads me into my question.
Oh crap, he's got. He's got questions. I would go ahead and log off now.
What do you think about Smoking the Bandit? What is it, 3 or 4? Where Burt wasn't in it. Was it 4 or 3?
It was 3. He wasn't
3.
Yeah, he wasn't in the third one.
Yeah. What did you think about doing that?
It still had the some same people, but it didn't have.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody was in it, but Burt.
Turns out it was only mostly due to a scheduling conflict, but they didn't want to postpone the movie to be filmed, so they just filmed it without him. And then they put a little scene at the end.
For me, the third one had a lot of dialogue between Jackie and Mike Henry, and that, for me, that made it a better movie. At one time, I was like, nope, can't watch it, can't stand it. Sat down and watched it all the way through here just a couple years ago, and it was like, okay, I can get behind this just because of the dialogue between the two. But some of the other corny stuff, it was more like an ABC family movie on Sunday night is what they were gearing it toward. Hal wasn't involved in it. Burt was in it for the cameo for the last 3 minutes of the movie.
Yep.
The original movie that was filmed with Jackie playing both the Bandit and Sheriff Justice, that would be something to see. It's even harder to get behind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, that is harder to get behind. Isn't it? It's like, wait a minute.
What?
Yeah. Smokey is the Bandit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That means he had to wear 2 different mustaches in the whole movie.
Yeah, you got to trim it off.
So if you watch close, the stunt driver in the Trans Am is Buford, or is Jackie's stunt double, wearing the red shirt, the mustache, and the cowboy hat. I've got a photo online of Jackie dressed as the Bandit, and it's like, if they would have just went with this just to go for it. But I guess the selected audience that viewed it one time said it was the worst movie that they've ever seen, and Jackie paid for it, and it's in his vault. So it's locked away, supposed to be never seen, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting to see, for sure. I don't know if I'd go for it, but
if they truly shot that whole thing, I would watch the whole thing still.
Oh, I would.
It doesn't matter if it's even terrible.
Yeah.
I would still watch the whole thing. Yeah, that'd be
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, unlike a movie with Chris in it, I wouldn't watch that for a gun to my head.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, we wouldn't do that. But to see Jackie Gleason playing 2 parts, that'd be pretty awesome. Now, how about this? Let's do this real quick, since we, for some stupid reason, didn't tell anybody. I mean, we told people here, but you got any questions for the guys? Feel free, put them out in the chat. I'm trying to look right here. I don't see enough. They are quoting the crap out of you, out of the show, obviously with that. But I want to see if you guys got any questions for them, and you want to see these guys in true action. I mean, you need to come to Waynestock.
That's
need to
right.
Talk a little bit about Waynestock now.
Yeah, you know what? I was just going to lead into that. I mean, Sean, you've been going there for a few years now. You know the whole thing. You know, I've been there a few years now. You know, I'm used to seeing the Blues Brothers cruise in, make an audience, right? And then now you're coming in and doing, the audience just knows something's going on. And that's what's really unique about the show, is it transforms the show from being, oh, I parked and now I'm walking around, to something's going on. And that's what really is amazing about Waynestock. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, to be honest, you never know what's going to happen. Right. And what really surprised you either last year or over the last couple of years when you attend to say, this is something I want to be part of every year, right? Because you have to travel to get here. And I mean, we watch, you're traveling daily pretty much to get to some event, right?
I'm seeing new posts from a different city all the time.
Yeah, and I get it. Wayne and Tonya and all them, I mean, they're 100% behind the whole Eastbound and Down and that whole theme. But what makes you want to come back to this event?
You know, for me, it's all about that family. Not just Wayne and Tonya being a part of the Smokey and the Bandit family. It's more of the that you create by going there and meeting all of these different people. And it's not just locals to Buckner, Missouri. They're coming from 4 or 5 hours away, even more. But just everybody coming together. It's not about one specific car. It's not about one specific club, anything like that. It's just everybody's coming together and they're having a good time, and it's always for a good cause.
Yeah, you know what, and they do a good cause. I know this one's going for the Blue Springs Elks Lodge. That's the fundraiser for this year for them. Cool. So great that it's amazing how much this has grown. 5 years ago when I was there, it was cool. It was always cool, but it wasn't this crazy. And I think there's a point where Wayne's going to be like, what the hell? What the hell have I built? Right? Make it parkable. So it'll be interesting to see how it grows. I'm excited for them. Good for them. I mean, we're excited to have you guys back this year. Please come up and see us. We got a ton of cars coming up. But tell you what, let's get you back into character, and you tell us what you got going on.
Well, Junior, how do they book us?
BanditandBuford.com.
That's
and also
it.
BufordandJunior.com. You movement.
So
we've got some big shows coming up.
Talk about them.
Not just Waynestock, and that's a big one that we look forward to. But we're going to be heading down to Smokey and the Bandit territory here at the end of the month. We're going to be down in Georgia. Then we're going to head on over to Sturgis next year. Council Bluffs, Iowa, Branson, Missouri, we've got a big show. Buford, Georgia, Mount Pleasant, Texas. We'll be back in Kentucky, Illinois, and down in Alabama. I mean, that's just, that's what, 14 shows coming up in the next 14 months.
Wow.
And then we're just going to keep adding to it.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, you got to keep
3
holding his hat down.
I think we've had 3 weekends off throughout the year.
Wow.
A lot of
well, make sure you buy Junior some Advil, because doing this all the time, got to be hurting. I see he's changed arms a couple times.
Suck it up, Junior.
Well, we're excited to have you there. We're coming up on the end of time and here in a few minutes, but Corey, anything you want to ask him or talk about Waynestock?
I do. I don't know if you want to play a little bit before we get there. We talk about getting together and doing really fun stuff. I actually want to speak out for someone currently who just made a comment about. They've been a fan of Craving Cars now for a little while. They're making it to pretty much every single live, show that we've been doing.
Sure.
They've been avid watcher on the channel itself and all this stuff. And I just want to put this out. But Mark from Ohio, who's been joining us for a week, in September when we were kind of out, he had a mild stroke.
Oh well.
So
hopes and prayers.
He's back on. He actually is back on our show. It's the first show we've had since that happened for him, and now he's back on. And if anything, he's actually out here. Obviously is in Ohio, not here, but watching the show. And I just want to say thank you, Mark, for being part of Craving Cars. And don't let that stroke get you down. Just remember to keep craving. And that gets you going.
There you go.
I want to give a little shout out for him. So appreciate you being on here and all that stuff. Now, you guys truly need to see these two in action. And the best way to do that is going to be in their element. And their element is going to be at Waynestock.
That's right.
You got to go to Waynestock. You got to watch these. Because I swear, whenever they're out, it's like, I got to go. He's pounded down or out, and I did nothing but follow him around and try to get some video and shot some things. I don't know. We got a little something that we kind of show a little bit of people what it was like.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Yeah, while we're talking, let's go through it a little bit.
And it was amazing when it was like, well, okay, there's two different reasons, guys. One, I was winning the bet. You guys already know that.
You did. I mean, you did.
I'm an awesome sore winner.
That's right. Feel free to jump in any time, Beaver, and defend me.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
I think you're doing all right.
There you go. It was a great. I mean, you know what? What's amazing about this is it's private property. It is. They do all this on their own. Of course, they have amazing friends, right? But they do everything from.
Hold my hat, Junior.
Yeah, there you go. Not your hat, Junior. His hat.
Look at that. So that's the first year.
Daddy, my hat blew off.
Yeah.
That they had the chop top.
Was in it.
There you go. But everything, the barn has the music fest going on all day. And this is a long day. So plan on being there. And you got to be there all day because it changes.
And don't think, oh, no, I can't make it there till later in the day. You know what? That's okay. It's still going on.
It goes till 1 a.m.
So as you're seeing here, I mean, it's a show. It's a car show. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And,
meeting artists.
Look at that. They had a pinstriper. He's doing some gold leafing.
Rat Fink.
He's doing he's paint that whole hood. It was nothing was going on in that hood at the beginning of that day, and he finished that hood. Like actually, we have a separate video with just him talking about him, and he's kind of talking a little bit about his job, his specialty, his art that he does as he's going, but. It might just look more like a car show or a gathering during the day, but it's a party at night. The car show ends, but the event does not.
Yeah, basically up until 6, 7 o'clock, it's the car show, right? But everybody stays. And then they move inside, they eat, they hang out.
Yep, they got the
They
live
take
music
advantage.
going.
Yeah, they take advantage of everything they're doing to raise money, the charity events that they do. They pick out a single family member or single family to dedicate some money to. Maybe it's the hood that they paint, things like that, to raise money. It's a great time. I mean, I haven't been to one in Kansas City that's been better. We've been to World of Wheels. Those are car shows. But this one, to me, truly is an amazing.
Right.
It
is more
is.
than a car
Yeah.
show. So, but on top of that, the car element part of it, there are
Still amazing.
There are vehicles that show up there that I haven't seen in a show around town. So
wait till you see what we have coming into our place.
Yeah, we've got. Well,
I got.
We'll get.
Yeah,
you'll see that.
Yeah,
we'll be filming plenty for that. I'm like last year. I think I went live a little bit, walked around just very briefly.
Yep.
Did a few YouTube shorts, threw them out there. It's like, guys, you got to come out. And we've had some people that, hey man, I can't make it out there today, so I'm just not gonna be able to make them. Like, well, when can you make it? Well, I don't get off till 4:00. Okay, then come after 4:00.
Yep, still going.
What's the problem? Let's keep going.
Right.
These guys are still out there doing their thing.
Yeah, you're talking about a semi-rig that brings in all the PA system. They play music. You got a full barn full of concert hall stuff. And then you got all the cars, bikes, everything that lines up all day long.
And so the beginning of that little video that you kind of showed there, it showed that fender there. So every year they have
the bikes.
They have a fender, a hood, or something like that where you get a sign for that year.
That's right.
And so anybody can come up, and when they're done signing, they clear it.
Yep.
And then they hang up on the wall, and you can see all the past years of events and the Waynestocks that are on this wall inside the barn.
That's right. And we didn't. We were hoping to have Wayne and Tonya on tonight. Unfortunately,
that's right.
They had some, obviously being very busy, but they had some family stuff going on. So, all the prayers and wishes out to them for sure. But we will have a Craving Cars best of that we're going to give them that they can hand out, a trophy. So.
That's right. A Craving Cars Choice Award is that what they call it.
Yeah. There you go.
So bring your best.
That's right. And there are going to be some best.
Clean it up. I don't. You know what? It's one of those things. We've talked about this before about people who judge car shows, and it's like, man, that's a hard.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Why are we doing it?
You know what? And okay, so let's go into that real quick because yes, they do hand out awards.
Oh yeah. For Waynestock and stuff. Yep.
It is based on the audience judging. Right. It's not judges walking around. It's based on that.
So we have a few things that just guys that Chris and I need to go over. About what we're going to do to pick choice awards type of stuff.
Yep.
But this is something that Craving Cars we've been kind of talking about doing for a while, about picking our own stuff as we go to certain stuff that's outside of the actual car.
And we got amazing.
And there's other reasons to pick things, not just judging or audience attendance or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, we definitely don't pick our friends.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, we do.
I like things that are chopped off at the roof line. So, Buford and Junior, what do you guys got to say? We got a few minutes left. You're open mic, my friends.
We just we appreciate the chance to be able to get on here and talk about Waynestock and Wayne and Tonya and all of the people that it takes to put the event together every year, and we're just glad to be a part of it. I mean, that's when we put together a few shows a year just ourselves, and we know what goes on with it. So them to put on such a huge show and everybody have a great time at, hats off to them. So
that's right. And honestly, in the 5 years I've been going, this is their 7th year anniversary. I've never seen an issue ever. It's always a great group of people, great time.
Ooh,
it's worth coming out.
The food was good too.
Oh my gosh, their food
and very reasonable.
No,
extremely
beyond reasonable. You can go to McDonald's and get the same kind of burger. Yeah, they got the barbecue, they got the burgers, they got the hot dog. But reasonable price, and they got great vendors too, right? Come out and check. I mean, definitely come out. If you don't make any more shows this year, you got to make it this one for sure this weekend. This Saturday, come out. Starts at 10 a.m.-ish. They do have 2 lines. They have a spectator line. They have a judged car line. Yep. So make sure you pay attention to signage. But it is an all-day thing. Don't think it's a 2-hour show and you're going to go home. It's a park.
Yeah, hang out.
Yeah, and then just party all night.
Weather should be fine. Weather should be fine. All that stuff.
It'll be hot. It'll be in the 90s. So make sure you bring lots of water. It'll be sunny. Come to the Craving Cars tent. We got plenty of shade. We got plenty of refreshments.
Might even have a water for you.
That's right.
You never can tell. You know what? You come see us, and you tell us you keep craving.
Right.
And you might end up with a shirt. You never know. Some stickers.
We got a bunch of bootleg liquor
Daddy,
from.
Can we go?
We ain't got time for that crap, Junior.
We got hush puppies. We're gonna make hush puppies. All right, we'll fry some hush puppies.
Oh, no.
I like hush puppies.
Junior, you staying home.
We also have the Diablo burger. We got the Diablo burger. We'll figure that out.
Watch the tie though.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. It's all good. Let's see. Real quick here with these guys. Let's see if we got anybody that has any questions for them. Questions. They just constantly are.
Yeah, just
quoting everything.
Giving props.
That you're awesome about.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So there's not so many questions, probably because it's so set in stone of how amazing you two are. And I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Appreciate it. It's not just like Buford said, not just throwing on an outfit, if you will, and doing things, and you actually got to be a true fan.
Yeah.
One of the things that really blew me away by doing this is just listening to people's stories. They come up and everybody's got a story, and they share with you, and it's absolutely amazing to hear all these stories of people in the simpler times.
Yeah.
I had one of those, that Trans Am in high school, and I used to sneak in with my girlfriend in the drive-in of my Trans Am, or I became a trooper or a law enforcement because of Jackie Gleason or that character, Buford T. Justice. Same way with the truckers. Everybody can relate to that movie, and I didn't realize how much of an impact it had on so many other people besides myself until stepping into this role. So it's definitely an eye-opener and having a great time doing it.
And that's an amazing point, and thanks for pointing that out, because you're right. And me and Corey we watched you guys last year from beginning to end. Never left character. Every time we even walked by with the cameras to film anything, always in character. Nobody dropped out. You're truly showing what it was to be part of not only that movie, but that time period, right? And that's an amazing thing. But you're right.
Yeah, one of the hardest things for me is not being able to smile. Mike Henry never smiled in that movie.
Yeah.
So to keep a straight face around Buford and the antics and the commentary and everything is it's difficult. It is. I don't know how Mike Henry did it in the movie. So I'd love to see some of those outtakes.
I'd say with a lot of cuts. Let's try that again.
Yes.
There you go. It's
hard
I tell you what, we got a minute left. We have any more questions? If not, we'll let Buford sign us out of here, and then we'll close it up. And then we'll see you guys on Saturday for sure. So any questions?
Tim the Bandit does say that Waynestock is a blast, and he recommends 100%.
Oh, Tim joined us online.
Yeah, he's on there.
Awesome. Awesome.
He did talk about...
Some bitches couldn't close an umbrella.
Chew him out, Buford. Go for it. You ready? Here you go. Go for it. Tim can join on chat, but he couldn't join us in person.
What you want to hear now? Oh, that Mr. Bandit. Hello, Mr. Bandit. You happen to be listening out there. Do you hear me, boy? I'm going to find the tallest tree in the country and hang you from it. You son of a bitch.
That's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, it was amazing to have you guys on the show tonight. Honestly, we were blessed to have you on the show, but we knew we had to. Anything to promote Waynestock, make sure they keep, because what they do is such an amazing thing, and they give it back to the community. That's a big deal. So we're so happy to have you on.
I'm amazed the fact that you've got a lot of these really awesome shows that we've traveled for and stuff in the past. That we don't got to travel for this one.
Right in our back door.
Right in the back door. Right in the backyard.
That's
right. Bam. It's right there. It's all good.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Chris?
Well, you know what? I'm out. If you guys are done, you guys don't have anything to promote, we'll chime off, and we'll see you on Saturday morning.
And we'll have all the eastbound and down and all that stuff in the descriptions down below.
That's right.
Of course, so you can check them out and how to get a hold of them.
Got to get a hold of that barbecue sauce, man. That barbecue sauce. I'm excited about it because I was like, how do I buy this shit without waiting 2 weeks? Now I know he's going to bring some.
You got to wait 2 days now.
There you go. 2 days, I'll buy my own.
There it is.
There you go.
But appreciate it once again. Thank you to, of course, all of our sponsors. We've got Flying Ace Drag Strip. We've got We Are Warriors. We've got Uncorked Wine and Spirits. Ridgeline Motorsports. Timely Delivery Service, and of course, thank you to
Auto Beauty
Center's studios here to kind of fill us in for our podcast for this evening. Appreciate everybody. It is amazing, but I think we are signing out for the day. I am Corey Pratt.
I'm Chris Ruck.
And
that is Buford T, and that is Junior.
That is Junior, and to all you cravers out there,
keep craving.
You some bitches.